exceptional first half football. They made plays offensively and defensively. I thought the second half we played really came out well. It was kind of 28-14 at half, battled back, had it tied up 42-42. We just got to figure out how to play better defense. It's way too many open receivers today, and we will. We've we got a good staff, we got good coaches, got some fresh faces in there. We just got to keep coaching them and getting them better. Our special teams, same thing. We just got to keep getting better every week. We got to go on the road next week, play Southern Miss, and by then we got to be humming. I was proud of Dreyfus today. He actually had I was stunned when the doctors said he was cleared to go with what I saw. The pain he was in on the sideline, it was his left shoulder, not his right one, so he could still throw football. And they cleared him to come in his ats, and I thought that was one of the most gutsiest performances that I've ever seen a young man come in, and he will, continue to inspire us. That's really three great games in a row he's played. We got to keep getting better. Bottom line, we got to make plays, and like I said, I didn't have them ready to go today. We were flat in the first half.
David, you mentioned the kind of some new faces, particularly on defense. How much do you think that factors in when you look at you have three on the defensive line, one on the secondary?
Well, the hard part in this one was when you invest all the reps, and Julius is out, so you invest all your reps in Destry. Well, Destry gets a concussion. I think it was the second play of the game, and that's where it gets where you just have so many new people in there that haven't played together, and that's we just got to keep coaching them. We got to get them better. At some point, Cody Hennessy started the game. He didn't finish the game. We're having a rash of injuries right now. We just got to have a next man up, and we still got to keep our expectations high. James Ratcliffe didn't finish the game. It's just we're having a rash of injuries on the defensive side of the football.
What was different in the second half? You mentioned you had problems defensively, but it seemed like you were able to neutralize your quarterback a little bit.
I think a lot of it was just our attitude, and I mean that. There wasn't any really big adjustments at halftime other than talking to them about playing like we're capable of playing. I think Dreyfus, too, when he got the ball and drove and we scored, sparked us and gave us some momentum. And that's really what it was.
Did not having Dreyfus for most of the first half, did that affect what you were doing offensively?
Well, a little bit. Tyler Staling's a very talented quarterback, but he's not he's young. This is his first really extended playing time, so it limits you a little bit. Dreyfus gets most of the reps in practice, and we try to keep Tyler as sharp as we can. That's when Dreyfus was cleared to come back in the second half. That's why we went back to him.
David, you've seen your young backs do things since they got here, but Juwan had 150. Derek had the 3 touchdowns in the second half. That combination looked like, for the most part, they could run at will today and really did a nice job.
Yeah, I was proud of Juwan and Derek. Juwan, there's a lot of times where you think he's down, but he just keeps those legs driving and he comes out of it. We just, we lost the football game. It's hard to. It's never okay to lose, and it's hard. I know we had some great individual performances by Juwan, by Derek, by Zach Wright. I remember Zach Wright. I thought our offensive line played well again. We just have to improve as a football team, and we got to get back to, the one thing we've got to realize too is last year we were hungry, and we were doing the hunting, and this year we're the hunted, and we're going to get people's best effort, and I think we saw that today. Old Dominion came in here playing the defending Conference USA champions, and we're going to get that at Southern Miss next week on the road.
You guys never panicked in the second half offensively. It seemed like you continued to stay, even with a big deficit running the ball. Just talk about that philosophy.
Well, it was never where the most we were down was by 14 points. So it wasn't ever where we thought we had to hurry up. There wasn't a time in the game where it was, let's, go to a hurry offense or a 2-minute tempo. We just wanted to continue, because we'd been successful with it. We just want to keep doing what we could do. We had the time on the clock to do that, to where, we were able to mix it up with the run pass and a lot of the play action. Because we were running the ball effectively, was the reason a lot of the Dreyfus could hit some of those play actions so big in the second half.
What happened on that last drive? Did they tell you, I think it was Maven got blocked over the bench, did they tell you kind of anything what happened?
No, they didn't realize he was over there at first. We were trying to get our doctors over, and he was on the other side of the bench, so I really had no.
He got pushed over a bench. I mean, he got blocked all the way to, I don't know when the play stops, but.
I didn't catch it on film, I didn't see it.
Coach, do you, Jawan had mentioned before the A&M game, the team had a kind of a players-only meeting, and you mentioned the hunger last year. Do you say, is that there this year, or do you think it's taking a while because of the injuries?
No, I do, but I guess I'm not saying we're not hungry. What I'm saying, we're going to get, 2 years ago, we were everybody's homecoming. A lot has changed in this program. We're getting everybody's best effort now. And that's how it's going to be week in, week out. I'm not saying we're not a hungry football team, but the personalities of the teams we're facing are going to change. Because, it's big to play Rice. Big to try to get a win against Rice.
When you saw what their quarterback did throughout the game, and then, you guys were trying to get that tying score, 1:11 left. I mean, they run that kind of offense, and I don't know if you could milk the clock anymore at that point.
No, I mean, you couldn't. We couldn't. I thought I was really proud of what we did offensively, handling the ball when we did, to get those points. Derek Dillard made an incredible run to get into the end zone. We just got to continue to step up, make plays. We're going to be in those situations. We're going to make plays.
And you were kind of talking about that after the A&M game last week. You had those long drives that didn't result in anything. This week, you had the long drives. You guys were converting it, and just was it something you talked about during meetings, during practice this week, or just better execution?
Well, I think it's better execution, and they're not Texas A&M defensively. Their skill level had something to do with that too. I think, but that was a point of emphasis this week. And I thought, it was one of the things, though, when Dreyfus went out, we didn't do. We were getting a lot of plays, but we weren't getting points. So it was great when he came back in, and I really haven't studied any of the stats in the game, but I know he had a gutsy performance. Gabe, you ready? See you, baby.